All right, welcome to the Yoga Lounge. I'm Michael, and tonight I'm going to do Don't Go. This is a song that is very special, and I've been thinking about how I was going to put this up tonight, and I thought I was going to talk a little bit about it to kind of give sort of an inclination on where I got the idea for it. Some odd years ago, I originally wrote this song a while back, quite a while back actually. Um, it was first, it first came into fruition back in my teen years, and it was originally written by a composer who was he was a very brilliant piano player, almost a virtuoso. He could play Bach, Mozart, anything, Rachmaninoff, you name it. He knew all the songs, Elton John, Billy Joel, the Beatles, all the groups, Barry Manilow. At that time, during his time when he was growing up, he was he was a little bit older than I was. At the time, I was probably around like 12 or maybe 13 years old, and I was started to get in rock bands, and I started out playing drums. That's kind of where I started, drums and guitar. But anyways, I would go over to his house, and he would always be, playing the piano, playing, and he was real. I mean, he could just sit down and play, and he could just whip it out. I mean, he could just. He could like blow rings around everybody else. I mean, just incredible. And so it was kind of like my a role model for me as far as the keyboards and the piano, which was one of my main instruments and still is. But so he was a composer and led a pretty interesting life. He went on to move to San Francisco, where he played in all of the bars around San Francisco, the Chinatown, the North Beach, and just about everywhere. And he would play in mostly these piano bars. And so, and he would, in all hours of the night, he would do like about 3 or 4 sets. And, he probably had like maybe 200 or 300, maybe a lot of songs in his repertoire. But a very established piano player. But anyway, so let's go back a little bit. So I would go over to his house when I was like about 14 years old, and this was in Sacramento, California. And so I would go over, and he would play these lines like dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And right there, he would stop. So he got as far as that, but he was stuck on that one line. And so every time I would go over there, it would be always at that one line would be like the stumbling block. And so later on, this is where I came in to finish the song off, and I picked it up from that point. And so da 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 dun 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 da da da. Then I came in from that point on, so da 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 da, and then I went on to write the rest of the song. Anyway, so he later moved to, I think, I don't know if he was in L.A. or he moved to. He was still in San Francisco, playing in the piano bars and whatever. A wild lifestyle. And musicians are wild. They think they're rebellious. I mean, that's just part of it. It comes with the territory. I mean, to have that kind of to be creative and to have those abilities in that fashion, you have to be a little you have to be a little bit wild in your ideas. And, you can't put, you're not like a square peg. You're like a circle in a square peg, and you can't fit into it. And that's basically, so it makes you the black sheep. So you're kind of X'd out of every group. You don't make it in the conservative world. You don't make it in that kind of as a musician. And so this is who he was. This is who I was. And so we both grew up. We came along. We had different paths. But anyway, so he went on, and let me just go back a little bit. So he moved to LA, and he had this lover who they lived together for quite some time. And so this is where the story all ties in. And in the video, you will see you'll see a man that's walking out to the water, walking out on the rocks, on a trail, going to the water where he's eventually. And this man, so this was his lover, and so when he had AIDS, and he eventually. Rather than, he wanted to drown himself in the ocean. He wanted to kill himself, and so eventually, so he did. He drowned in the ocean on the rocks, and then I had in my video, I had the waves were crashing, and so now let's transgress into my composer friend. Okay, so this was the piano player, and so this was his lover that killed himself. And so now my friend's daily vigil, now he was, I don't know if it was in LA, it might have still been in the Bay Area somewhere, but his daily vigil was to walk out every day as he mourned. He was very stricken by the death of his friend, and who had died of AIDS. And so he was, he was very, so he mourned him. So his vigil was to walk out, do that same walk. And and you'll see the man in my video walking out. And that's kind of how the story all ties in. And so anyways, my composer friend, and then he went on to play he was still playing the piano up in LA and Santa Monica and everything, and for a long time, but he eventually died several years later himself. Anyway, so, and that was the story. So I'm going to play the song just to, sometimes it's good to do it this way, it gives you a better, kind of paints a better picture, and then I'm going to put the actual recording on tonight or tomorrow. So this is Don't Go. And so we're going to do this tonight. Something a little different tonight. So here it is. You turn away from me, saying you must be free. Eyes that once caressed me look the other way. How can I make it if you don't stay? Before you leave my life, stay with me tonight. Don't go, make love to me one more time, just to help me get through. Don't go, baby, don't leave me behind. I love you, love only you. Lips that brought paradise now simply say goodbye. Arms that used to hold me now turn me aside. I can't believe that our love has died. Tomorrow you'll be gone. Stay until the dawn. Don't go, make love to me one more time, just to help me get through. Don't go, baby, don't leave me behind. I love you, love only you. What made you change? I know you love me then. What went wrong to make you want to end us now? Don't leave me here grieving just before leaving. See how I'm needing you now. No, don't go. Make love to me one more time, just to help me get through. Don't go, baby, don't leave me behind. I love you, love only you. Don't go, now don't you go. Don't go. No, no. Don't go. So there it is. I'm going to put it up tonight. So the actual recording of the song. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. This is Michael Jeff from the Yoga Lounge. Have a great weekend.